Hello students, welcome to the first lecture on the lecture series on profit and loss. Okay, in this lecture what we'll be doing is we'll be covering some basic concepts like what profit is, what loss is, and when we can say that we are in profit, we are in loss. Okay, so this kind of conditions, and we'll learn all the kind of topics that are actually relevant to this terms, that is profit and loss, and where they will be used and what kind of use will be there. Okay, and we'll be covering some types of questions that are being usually asked in various competitive exams. Okay, so we'll be covering these things in this lecture. So this is the first lecture in this lecture series on profit and loss. So we'll be covering all the concepts and types of problems on profit and loss. So let's see. So the difference between the selling price and the cost price is known as profit or loss. Okay, so the first term that comes to here is selling price. Okay, what is the selling price? Okay, so let's say you are a shopkeeper. Okay, so shopkeeper. Okay, so he buys and then he sells stuffs. Okay, sells. So selling things go out and bought things are coming in. Okay, so all the things that he sells at some price, right? So that price is actually, so selling price, the price at which he is giving it to the customer, and the price at which he got it from someone else is his cost price. So this will be the cost of item. So this will be cost price. Okay, the price at which a shopkeeper buys the item and the price at which he sells the item is called the selling price. Okay, so here if he's selling more than what the cost of item is, then selling price minus cost price is greater than 0. Okay, if this is greater than 0, this implies profit. Okay, so when we can say he is in profit, if he gets more money, okay, after deducting all the money that he spent on buying that stuff, right? So if selling price minus cost price is less than 0, then we say he is in loss. Okay, so that's when we calculate the loss. So candidates needs to understand the formula and tricks to solve various problems related to profit, loss, percentage gain, percentage loss. Okay, so let's go forward and learn these things. So definition of profit is the amount earned when selling a product for more than its cost price, right? We have already discussed. And loss is what? When it occurs, when the selling price is actually less than, and in this case it is more than or greater than. This is greater than and this is less than the cost price. Okay. So cost price is equal to represents the purchase price of an article or item. Okay, and selling price denotes the price at which the article is sold. So let's see all the formulas. So when the cost price CP is equal to selling price, so there is neither gain or loss. Okay, because that is when cost price is equal to selling price. So cost price minus selling price minus cost price will be equal to what? It will be equal to 0. That is when we say he neither gains nor loss. Okay, so if the selling price is greater than the cost price, then the seller makes a profit or gain, right? So which is calculated as gain is equal to selling price minus cost price. Okay, so if the cost price is actually greater than the selling price, then the seller incurs a loss. So which is calculated as what? CP minus SP, that is the cost price minus selling price is equal to loss. So the percentage gain is actually calculated by gain percentage equal to gain into 100 by cost price. Gain will be what? The amount SP minus CP, right? So the loss percentage will be what? Loss percentage will be loss into 100 whole by CP, that is the cost price, right? So in terms of, so gain percentage is equal to gain into 100, right, by selling price SP. No, it will be CP, right? So it will be CP, that is cost price, and loss will be also. So only difference will be for loss percentage, here we will see write loss, and for gain percentage we will write gain. Okay, so let's see, in various scenarios the cost price and selling price can be calculated using the given gain or loss percentage formula. Okay, so gain percentage is equal to gain into 100 by CP, right? So when the cost price and gain price are even, the selling price SP is equal to, so 100 plus gain percent by 100 into CP. This is the formula we will use. So when the selling price and gain percent are given, so the cost price will be equal to what? 100 by 100 plus gain percentage into SP. Okay, So when the cost price and loss percentage are given, so the selling price will be SP is equal to 100 minus loss percentage whole by 100 into CP. Okay. So when the selling price and loss percentage are given, so the selling cost price will be how? It will be calculated as 100 by 100 minus loss whole into SP. Okay. In the numerator, it is multiplied with selling price. Okay. So let's see the next formula. So when the cost price and loss percentage, both these things are given. Okay. So the selling price will be SP is equal to 100 minus loss percentage whole by 100 into CP, that is the cost price. So if a man buys X items for Y rupees and sells Z items for W rupees, then the gain or loss percentage made by him is given by gain by loss percentage is equal to XW by ZY minus 1 into 100%. Okay. So if the cost price of M articles is actually equal to selling price of N articles, then the percentage gain or loss is actually given by percentage gain or loss is equal to M minus N whole by N into 100. Okay, this is a very important formula. So please remember this. If the cost price of M articles is equal to the selling price of N articles, then the percentage gain or loss is given by gain percentage or loss percentage is equal to M minus N whole by N into 100. Okay, here N is the selling price of N articles, M is the M articles, okay, cost price of M articles. Okay, so M articles were bought and N articles were sold. Okay, and the cost price of M article is actually equal to the selling price of N article. Okay, so this is when if M is greater than N, then it is called gain percentage, and if M is less than N, it will be called loss percentage. Okay. So let's see the next formula, that is if an article is sold at a price SP1, okay, selling price 1, let's say, and the percentage gain or loss is X. If it is sold at a price SP2, that is selling price 2, right, and the percentage gain or loss is Y, then the cost price of the article is actually given by SP1 whole by 100 plus X is equal to SP2 whole by 100 plus Y is equal to CP by 100 is equal to SP1 minus SP2 whole by X minus Y. Okay, where X or Y is actually negative, then it indicates a loss. Okay, otherwise it is positive. Okay, if X or Y is negative, then what we can say that there is a loss, otherwise it will be positive. So let's see the first formula, that is A sells an article to B, okay, at a gain or loss percentage of M%, and B sells it to C at a gain or loss percentage of N%. Then the resultant profit will be loss percent is given by M plus N plus Mn whole by 100. Okay, so where M and N is negative, then it indicates a loss, otherwise it is positive and it indicates a profit. So when two different articles are sold at same selling price, getting a gain of X percentage on the first and loss of X% on the second, okay, then the overall percentage loss in the transaction will be given by X by 10 whole power 2 percentage. Okay, so if two articles were sold at same selling price and getting a gain of X% and loss of X% on the second, okay, on the first it got a gain of X% and on the second it got a loss of X%, then the overall percentage loss in the transaction will be given by X by 10 whole power 2%. Okay, so let's see the third kind of formula, that is A merchant uses faulty measures and sells his goods at a gain or loss of X%. Okay, so the overall percentage gain or loss is actually given by 100 plus G whole by 100 plus X, that is the true measure by faulty measure. So note, if the merchant sells the goods at cost price, then X will be equal to what? 0. Okay, so let's see, a merchant uses Y% less weight or length and sells his goods at a gain or loss of X%, let's say, then the overall percentage gain or loss is actually given by Y plus X whole by 100 minus Y into 100%. Okay, so if two successive discounts on an article are M% and N% respectively, then the single discount equivalent to the two successive discounts will be M plus N minus Mn whole by 100%. Okay, so this formula is also very important. We have also used this formula in the discount chapter. Okay, so this formula is being repeated in this chapter, and this also holds a very large amount of relevance in this chapter. Okay, so let's see the sixth formula. So when two different articles are sold at the same selling price, okay, both are sold at same price, resulting in a gain or loss of X%, on the first article and a gain or loss of y% on the second article. Then the overall percentage gain or loss in the transaction can be calculated using the formula what? X plus y plus xy by 100% into 100 into x minus y plus 2xy whole by 100 plus x plus 100 plus y%. Okay. So the cost price of the item sold at a loss when both items are sold at the same price can be determined as follows. That is A into 100 plus percentage gain whole by 100 minus percentage loss plus 100 plus percentage gain. So the 8th kind of formula will be the cost price of an item sold at a gain when both items are sold at the same price. So can be calculated using the formula what? A into 100 minus loss percentage whole by 1 minus 100 minus loss percentage plus 100 plus gain percentage. So we have covered all the theory formulas, that is 8 kind of formula. So let's see what kind of problems are usually being asked on the topic profit and loss. Okay, so the types of questions are naturally 10 types. Okay, so in the first type, finding profit or loss percentage, and the second is finding cost price, selling price. Then the third is on successive discounts or markups. Okay, so the fourth is discount or markup percentage. The fifth one is on finding selling price or discount or markup. Okay, so the sixth type is on cost price or discount or markup, and the seventh is on equivalent profit or loss. So selling price to earn a specific profit. This is the eighth kind of question. So the ninth kind of question is on selling price after several transactions. Okay, and the 10th kind on finding cost price or selling price when overall profit or loss is given to us. So the first kind of question is on finding profit or loss percentage. So given the cost price and selling price of an article, calculate the profit or loss percentage. Okay, so if you buy a product for 80 rupees and sell it for 100 rupees, then calculate the profit percentage or loss percentage. So gain percentage is equal to gain into 100 by CP, right? So this will be equal to what? So the gain will be 100 minus 80 into 100, right? Whole by CP. So the cost price will be what? 80. So this is equal to 20 by 80 into 100. So this is 1 by 4 is equal to 25%, right? So the gain percentage or profit percentage is equal to profit percentage. Okay, so it will be nothing but 25%. Okay, so determining the cost price and selling price. So cost price is 80 here because at that price the article is being bought by the shopkeeper, and selling price is the price at which the shopkeeper sells it to a customer, that is 100 rupees. Okay, so profit by loss amount is equal to selling price minus cost price. Okay, so profit by loss amount is equal to this much. Okay, so since the selling price is higher than the cost price, so there is a profit of 20. Okay, so the profit is 20 rupees. So to calculate the profit percentage, so profit percentage is equal to what? Profit by loss amount whole by cost price into 100. So it will be what? 20 by 80 into 100 is equal to 0.25 into 100 is equal to 25%. So this is the correct answer. 25% will be the profit percentage. Okay, so if you buy a product at 80 and sell it for 100, then the profit percentage will be 25%. Okay, so let's go forward with the next kind of question. So that is the finding cost price or selling price. So given profit or loss percentage and selling price, find the cost price or vice versa. Okay, so let's see a problem on this to get a better grasp at it. So you want to sell a product and aim for 20% profit. Okay, so the profit you are aiming for is 20%. So you know the selling price is 240. Okay, calculate the cost price. We know that 20% profit. So this will be equal to what? Profit percentage. This is equal to gain into 100 whole by cost price, that is CP. So this implies that 20 is equal to gain is what? So we don't know the gain price, right? But we know the selling price. Okay, so selling price is equal to what? So selling price is equal to CP plus gain is equal to selling price. So this implies that gain is equal to selling price minus CP. Okay, so or we can also, so determining the selling price. So selling price is what? 240. So profit percentage is equal to 20%. Okay, so using this formula, profit amount is equal to profit percentage by 100 into cost price. So this will be equal to profit percentage 20%, right? So plugging the values, what we are left with is 240 by 20 by 100. So this will be equal to 1200. So 1200 will be the cost price of that article. Okay, so the cost price for the product is 1200. So this is the correct answer. Okay, so let's see the third kind of question. It is on successive discounts or markups. Okay, so calculate the effective discount or markup when multiple discounts or markups are being applied successively. Okay, so you have a shirt that cost what, 100 rupees, and there is a 20% discount on that shirt. So followed by an additional 10% discount on the already discounted price. So calculate the final selling price. Okay, so determining the original price, that is OP, discount percentage that is equal to original price is equal to 100, right? So first discount percentage is 20, right? The second discount percentage is 10%. So calculate the first discount amount. To calculate the first discount amount, what we do is we use this formula, that is original price into first discount in percentage is equal to 100 into 0.2 is equal to 20 rupees. So calculating the discount price after the first discount. Okay, so discounted price after the first discount is original price minus first discount amount. So discounted price after the first discount is equal to 100 minus 20 is equal to what, 80, right? So to calculate the second discount amount, what we do is we multiply discount after the first discounted price after the first discount into second discount percentage. So it is equal to 80 into 0.1 is equal to 8 rupees. So the second discount amount will be 8 rupees. Okay, so the final selling price will be 80 minus 8 is equal to 72. So at 72 rupees it was sold. Okay, so let's see the fourth kind of question. So fourth kind of question is discount or markup percentage. Okay, so find the discount or markup percentage when the selling price and the cost price are given. Okay, so let's say you have a product that originally costs 150 rupees, but it's being sold at 120 rupees. Then calculate the discount percentage. Okay, so you have a product that costs 150 and being sold for 120. So loss percentage is equal to, why you will say loss percentage? Because the selling price is actually lesser than the cost price, is equal to the loss amount, that is equal to 150 minus 120. Okay, this much into 100 whole by cost price, that is equal to 150. This is equal to 30 by 150 into 100. So 1 by 5, so it will be 20%. So 20% loss. So determining the original price, selling price. Okay, original price is equal to 150, selling price is equal to 120. So calculate the discount amount. Okay, so the discount amount was 30%, 30 rupees. Okay, so to calculate the discount percentage, use the following percent formula, that is discount amount by original price into 100. So the discount will be what, 0.20 into 100 is equal to 20%. Okay, we have calculated loss percentage, but here it is asked us to that it was not actually a what, cost price, but it was actually the selling price, and this is the discounted selling price. So we can assume that here the loss is actually the discount. Okay, so it will be what, 20%. So 20% will be the correct answer. So let's see the fifth kind of question. So finding the selling price and discount or markup. Okay, so calculate the selling price after applying a certain discount or markup on the cost price. So let's say you are purchasing a laptop that originally cost 800 rupees and there is a 15% discount on that laptop. So calculate the selling price after that discount. Okay, so 15% of 800 is equal to what, 15 by 100 into 800. So this is equal to 0.15 into 800. Okay, so this will be equal to what, so 80, 120. So 120 will be the discount amount. So the final selling price is equal to what, actual amount, that is equal to 800 minus discount amount 120. So this is equal to 680, right? So 680 is the correct answer. So determining the original price and discount percentage. So original price is equal to 800 and discount percentage is equal to 15%, right? So calculate the discount amount. To calculate the discount amount, multiply the original price by the discount percentage. So discount amount is equal to original price into discount percentage. So 800 into 0.15. Discount amount will be what, 120 rupees. So calculate step 3. So calculate the selling price after the discount, right? To the selling price after the discount is the original price minus the discount amount. So selling price after discount is equal to what, original price minus discount amount. So selling price after discount is equal to 800 minus 120 is equal to 680. So let's see the sixth kind of question. Okay, so the cost price after discount or markup, determining the cost price after offering a certain discount or markup on the selling price. So you want to sell a product at a selling price of 500 with a 25% markup. Then calculate the cost price before the markup. So determining the selling price and markup percentage. So selling price will be 500. So the markup percentage is given as 25%. Then calculating the markup amount. So markup amount will be what? 500 into 0.25, because markup amount is equal to what? Selling price into markup percentage. So it is given as 500 and it is given as 25%. So in decimal form, 25% is in decimal form 0.25. So markup amount became 1 to 5 rupees. Okay, so the cost price before markup is selling price minus markup amount. So it is 500 minus 125, that is equal to 375 rupees. So equivalent profit or loss. So find the equivalent profit or loss when an article is sold at a given percentage or profit, then sold at a certain percentage of loss. Okay, this is the sixth kind of question. So let's see a problem on this to get a better grasp at it. So you bought a product for 200 rupees and sold it for 240 rupees, making a 20% profit. Okay, later you bought the same product at 280 and sold it for 250, resulting at a loss of 10%. Then find the equivalent profit or loss considering both the transaction. Okay, in first what you got was 40% profit, 40 rupees profit actually. Okay, and in the second you got 30 rupees in loss. Okay, so in total you got 10 rupees profit. Okay, so the equivalent profit will be 10 rupees. So calculating the profit loss from the each transaction. So CP1, CP2, SP1, SP2 are these are following. Okay, so loss amount from the transaction 2 will be what? CP2 minus SP2, that is equal to 30 rupees, and the profit amount will be 40 rupees. Okay, so the total amount is 10%, that is the total profit minus loss amount. Okay, so calculate the equivalent profit or loss percentage. To calculate the equivalent profit or loss percentage, use the following formula, that is equivalent profit by loss percentage is equal to total profit by loss amount whole by total cost price into 100. So putting in the values, what we are left with is 10 by 480 whole into 100. Okay, this is 2.08 percentage. Okay, this will be the correct answer. So let's see the eighth kind of question. So the selling price to earn a specific profit. So determine the selling price required to earn a specific percentage of profit on the cost price. So you want to earn a profit of 150 rupees on a product that actually originally costs 500 rupees. So calculate the selling price needed to achieve this profit. Okay, so determining the cost price. So cost price is what? Given as 500 and the desired profit amount is what? 150 rupees. Okay, that is what asked to us. So calculating the selling price. Selling price will be what? Cost price plus desired profit amount. So the profit amount is 150, cost price is 500. So selling price will be 650. So the formula for calculating the selling price to achieve a desired profit is selling price is equal to cost price plus desired profit amount. So let's see the ninth kind of problem, that is selling price after several transactions. So calculating the selling price after multiple transactions involving both profit and loss. So you bought a product for 300 rupees and sold it for 350 rupees, making a 16.67% profit. Later you bought the same product for 400 and sold it for 360 rupees, resulting in a loss of 10%. So calculate the overall selling price after both transactions. Okay, so calculating the profit and loss from each transaction. So CP1 is 300, SP1 is 350, and profit from transaction 1 will be what? This much, SP1 minus CP1, that is equal to 50 rupees. For transaction 2, CP2 is equal to 400, SP2, that is selling price of 2 second time, is equal to 360. So loss amount from transaction 2 will be 40 rupees, that is 400 minus 360. So calculating the total profit or loss amount is equal to 50 minus 40 is equal to 10, right? So the overall selling price is SP1 plus SP2 plus total profit by loss amount. So it is equal to 350 plus 360 plus 10, that is equal to 720 rupees. So this means that after both the transactions, the overall selling price is 720 rupees. Okay, so let's see the 10th kind of problem. So finding cost price or selling price when overall profit or loss is actually given. So given that overall profit or loss percentage, find the cost price or selling price of an item. So let's see a problem. So you sold a product for 550 rupees and resulting in a 10% profit. So what you got was 10% profit. Then calculate the cost of the price of the product. So selling price and profit percentage. So selling price is 550, profit percentage is 10%. So profit amount is equal to selling price into profit percentage. So 550 into 0.10, that is equal to 55 rupees, right? So calculate the cost price. So the cost price can be calculated using the formula selling price minus profit amount is equal to 550 minus 55 is equal to 495. Okay, so 495 is the correct answer. Okay, so that's all for now. Thank you.